Creative Thinking is now available for purchase at www.mikebowensjr.com. Get your mind right by learning how to use the tools that Mike Bowens gives in this awesome read. If you are interested in starting a daycare business, you've come to the right place. Mike Bowens has three different packages that you can choose from that will fit your daycare business needs. Visit www.mikebowensjr.com for more information. New releases on his new clothing line, Mogul Mentality, and Where Motivation Meets Faith, is now available for purchase. You will find sizes for men, women, children, toddlers, and infants, and more. Make sure you visit MikeBowensJr.com for all your apparels and accessories.
Let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again live and direct. Listen, I got another powerful message for you. I'm starting off the year right. I'm starting off the year talking about doing business God's way. So for this first lesson, this first message, I want to talk about understanding your business. Understanding your business. You got to understand your business better in 2021 than you did in 2020. Better than you did in 2019. Better than you did in 2018. Because in order for you to succeed like you have never succeeded before, you must understand your business better than you ever have before. You must understand your business better than your competition, right? Because guess what? Business is competitive, right? Business is competitive. It's like nobody's just going to buy subpar products, or nobody's just going to buy subpar services. Your services must be top notch. Your business must be top notch. And you must consistently think of how you can take from where you are and expand it and make it better. You must have a spirit of excellence about yourself. So, I go through the scriptures and I see what God's word has to say about business. And I'm coming from Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. And it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding. I really want to focus on that part. And all that getting, get understanding. You must understand how your business operates. You must understand the needs of your clients. You must understand what it is that the people that you're serving needs. I don't know if you ever heard this quote before, but if you really want to be successful, the more people you serve, the more successful you'll become. You see, and if you're only thinking about how can I make more money, you're missing it. Because when you look at doing business God's way, it's yes, you're going to make more money. Yes, you're going to make more profit. But how can I serve more people? How can I help more people? How can I be of more service to people? And when you have that type of mindset, you look at things from a different perspective. You look at things from a different angle. And I want you for a moment to analyze where you are in your business. Have you not started a business yet? You're pondering. You're thinking about starting a business. Are you in the beginning stages of a business? You're on the ground floor and you're trying to work your way up. Are you mid-level in your business and you're trying to get to that next level? Or are you at a point where you're doing very well in your business and it's bringing income, it's paying you, and now you want to expand it even more? So you got to know where you are in your business. And as I said before, you have to understand your clientele. You have to understand the needs of your people. Now, I remember when I had the daycare business, one of the things that separated our business from the other daycare businesses was that we offered pickup and drop off. But why did we offer pickup and drop off? Point number one, I became very observant. I listened to the needs of my clients. That's very important because you can have such passion in your business and you want to do things your way, but you're not flexible. You're not hearing what people are saying to you. You're not listening to the cries of your tenants. You're not listening to the cries of the people who go to your beauty salon. You're not listening to the cries of the people's homes you decorate. You're not listening to the cries of your customers. See, because when people complain, they're telling you what they need to be fixed. Some people just complain to complain. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as it pertains to your business. Right? And so I started listening to them. They said, you know what? I'm a single parent. I need to get to work at a certain time, but I can't bring my child or children to your daycare and still make it to work on time because you open at a certain time. Because I'm not going to open at 6 a.m. in the morning when our time really starts at 7 a.m. But what I can do is I'll pick your children up at 7:05. Right, you have them ready. You bring them outside. We put them into the van, strap them in, and we'll bring them to our daycare location. And then for those other parents who they can bring the children to the daycare, but they could not pick them up on time. They get up. Our daycare closed at 6. They get out at 5:30, but say they work 2 counties over. It will take them 45 minutes to get from where they are to where we are. But they can get to their house in 15 minutes. So I said, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to sign them up, and I'm going to drop these children off to your house at this particular time every single day. So it was like clockwork. And because we met the needs of the customers, the business grew like wildfire. There was never a time when it was empty. There was never a time when if one person had to take their child out with 2 or 3 other kids were not on coming into the daycare. We always had a waiting list. And I know that's partly because of the favor of God, but it's also because we were meeting the needs of the clients. Let me tell you something. There is no business that if you meet the needs of the people, that it won't grow. And there's no business that if you do not meet the needs of the people, that it will stay where it's at. It's going to decrease, right? So you meet the needs of the people, it's going to increase. You don't meet the needs of the people, it's going to decrease. Same thing with a church. Same thing with nonprofits. Same thing with any type of business. Same thing in relationships. You meet the needs of your spouse, your relationship is going to get better. You're not meeting the needs of your spouse, your relationship is going to get worse. And I'll save the relationship for another part, because right now we're focused on business. But I want you to understand that principle, that if you're meeting the needs of your customers, then guess what? Your business is going to thrive. It's going to grow. So, I like to look at life, I like to look at business as an equation, right? I never was really good at math, but I was good at science, which is weird because they're kind of similar. But I love in science the formulas. I love how if you're trying to get to an expected end, if you have something in mind that you're trying to create, you have to try it this way. Then if that doesn't work, you have to try it another way. And if that doesn't work, you have to try it another way. Which brings to mind, for me, the story of Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, as you know, created the light bulb. Now, I know throughout history, you can find that there were other people who assisted him, and there's probably somebody else who actually created it, but maybe he got the credit for it. I'm not here to debate that. I'm just trying to give you the principle of the story. The principle of the story is, every time he wrote out a formula or steps to try to create the light bulb and say it didn't work, he didn't just scratch it and throw it away. Kept that as documentation. So day 1, we tried it this way, it didn't work. Day 2, we tried it this way, it didn't work. Day 3, we tried it this way, and didn't work. Day 4, we tried it this way, and didn't work. And by doing so, you have evidence, you have proof of what does not work. So you can always go back to that as a reference point and say, okay, I know that this doesn't work. So you're not like repeating the same steps over and over and over again, which is wasting time and causing mounting frustration and for you to be upset about where you are in your life. Because God gives every man, every woman a certain amount of time on this earth, right? The Bible tells us to number our days, meaning you must plan your days ahead. Meaning you must think like, hey, I'm not going to be on this earth forever. At some point, I'm going to leave this earth and I'm going to transition to eternity. So I must make the best of my time within the circumference of time that God has given me. And you don't want to be a type of person who's wasting your time bumping your head on non-proven solutions. Meaning, you're trying to move to another level in life. If you're not documenting your failures, if you're not documenting what is not working, and if you're not documenting what is working so that you can make it better, then you're short-ending yourself. You want to be the type of person who documents everything that you're doing so you know what works, what does not work, and how you can make it better. And by doing so, you speed up the process. Now, have you ever heard the saying, if you see somebody do something one way, You can do exactly the way that they have done it. Like, why recreate the wheel? Now, for me, that's a bunch of baloney because everybody is uniquely made. Now, there's certain principles that you can learn from people, but just because they do it a certain way doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You may have to learn from them and take what they did and kind of tweak it that it fits you. It fits your personality. It fits the way that you operate. It fits the way that you work. It fits your unique skill set. Because God gives each and every one of us a unique skill set. And no two people are exactly alike. And so because one person does it one way doesn't mean it's going to work for you if you do it that way, even though they found success doing it that way. The way that you find success may be totally different. And that's why you have to document and write down what's working and what's not working. Although I don't listen to his music, I'm a person who studies people. I'm an observer, right? I listen keenly. And I remember in Snoop Dogg in an interview saying that every time he goes to do a show, he rates his performance. He rates the songs that he chooses to perform to the audience, and he puts them in a particular order. And at the end of the show, he rates it on a scale of, I guess, 1 to 5 stars or what have you. And by him doing that, he critiques what songs moved the crowd, what songs really made them sing along with him, what songs got everybody amped and hyped up. Because he knows that at any given moment, if he had to do a show, he could pull an arsenal of songs without him wondering, is it going to work? Without him wondering, are they going to like this? Because it's been tested, it's been tried, it's been proved. And that's what I'm talking about. Within your business, you got to test out things from different angles to see exactly if what you're doing within your business, is it working? And why is it not working? Right? And that's how you are able to scale your business and say, okay, I'm at this level and I'm able to take it into another level. Right? Likewise, when you are studying your business, you want to see the trends before they happen. Case in point, there was a company called Blockbuster. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you might not have heard of it. You know, the younger generation. But you can look them up. At one point in time, they were the largest movie rental company in America. You could go there, that's when we had VHSs, and you could go there and borrow a movie for the night, or 2 or 3 movies, whatever, for a night or 2 nights, and you have to bring it back. There was a company just starting out, very unknown, but they had this idea of you being able to watch movies within your home digital, without you having to go to the store and use a VHS cassette or even a VHS player. This company was called Netflix. And Netflix went to Blockbuster and said, hey, you can buy our company because we believe that we are the wave of the future. At that time, nobody really knew about Netflix. What did Blockbuster say? Get out of here. We already own the market share of the company. We don't need of this industry. We don't need you. Within 2 to 3 years from that time, Netflix began to soar as their popularity began to spread abroad. And guess what? The doors of Blockbuster began to shut all throughout America. There's not a place in America where you could go and maybe find a Blockbuster. If there is, write one in the comments below and let me know. Because they did not see the trends. Blockbuster could have bought Netflix in its infant stage, changed its name to Blockbuster Digital, and then closed its physical locations, and then had all the movies that Netflix now has, and had the largest subscriptions of any digital video platform in the world, right? And so, what I'm saying within your business, you got to see the trends before they happen. Technology is always changing. Things are moving very swiftly. Today, now everybody's home due to the circumstances throughout the world. Everybody's doing things technologically, right? There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of businesses that have shut down. There's a Golden Corral that my wife and I and my children we would love to go to from time to time. Nobody's going to Golden Corral. You know why nobody's going to Golden Corral? Because they shut down their doors. But what they should have done is figure out a way to put their menu online and allow people to order the food and pick up curbside, right? Or have Uber or have some type of delivery where people could call in and have their workers bring the food to people's homes. Whatever it takes, But you got to understand your business. You got to understand how the business works. And if you don't understand how the business works, when things happen that's out of the blue, it'll throw you off. A lot of companies that's local don't even have websites, which I'll never understand. So that means you only can get business from the local economy and things that we are experiencing now, right? Locally, some people are not even working. There's a high number of people that's unemployed. So what? That means your business is going to fold because you don't even have a website. You don't even have something that people can tune into and order online. Or you know what I'm saying? A product or a service or some type of information from you online. So your business is not even standing on its proper foundation, right? Every business needs to have a website. Every business needs to have something where people can look at and say, listen, this company right here, you know what I mean? They can get a phone number or email, something. They can see what properties is for rent. They can see what t-shirts are for sale. They can see what shoes are available. They can see what marriage course is available. They can see something about the company because we live in an information age. And the first thing that anybody wants to do about anybody, once they want to know information about them, what do? They grab their phone and they Google them or they Bing it and they look up the information and find out what they want to know because we live in an information age. Technology is moving very quickly. And if you don't keep up with technology and if you don't understand your business in that capacity, then you will get left behind. The doors of your business will start to dry up and eventually close. And you want to be the type of person who is moving with the cloud. You want to be the type of person that's moving ahead of the rest of the people who's not moving with the cloud. And you want to be the type of person who looks at things from every angle. You're looking at your business today, yeah, you're seeing what it can be. But then you're saying, okay, I got to understand my business. So for me, right, any business that I'm going into, what am I doing? I'm going to seminars. Even if I can't physically go there, I'm going online. I'm listening. I'm taking in information. I'm listening to audiobooks. I'm reading as much as I can on it because I have to educate myself. There can be no domination without education. That's another message that I'll get to. But you must educate yourself within that business. You must understand how the business works. That you can explain it to anybody like you know the business like the back of your hand. And without you knowing it that way, there's fear. Fear will come inside of you and live inside of you when you don't understand your business 100%. Now, not saying that you won't be a little like whatever when you know the business 100%, but you minimize fear a whole lot when you understand exactly how it works. When you don't know how something works, you're kind of like, I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if I should do that. I'm not going to put my money into something that you really don't know about. Same reason why people don't get into stocks. They really don't know about it. Same reason why people don't start their own business from scratch. Right? They feel more comfortable working for somebody. Right? Even though I have my own reasons, and according to scripture, I'm going to show you why it's better for you to have your own business. Now, I know everybody's not going to have their own business. Right? But there's some people who need to be employees. But this channel is for people who believe that God called them to run businesses, that God called them to be kingdom builders, that God called them, right, to be the ones to finance God's kingdom. And so, in all that getting, get understanding. I'm going to say that one more time. In all that getting, get understanding. It's like baking a cake. If you give me a recipe, I can follow the recipe to make an amazing cake. Now, if I never got the recipe to make a cake, it's going to be through trial and error, especially if I've never done it before. And say I make the cake, but I forget the eggs. And I put it in the oven, it comes out, it's going to be flat. And I'm going to say, man, why is this cake flat? But until I get the information and I get the recipe, then I can follow the recipe, and then I can make this cake now at will. Right? I can make this cake at will. Whenever I decide to make a cake, somebody say, I need you to make a cake for me. I can make this cake at will. And then I can start getting fancy with it. Then I can add different frosting. Or I can add pineapples. Or I can add strawberries. I can add chocolate frosting. Whatever. Because now I got the foundation of how it works. Same thing with business. Don't you try to get fancy and try to do, I want to own 50 acres and I want to build a hotel on it, but you never even built a house, a one-story house. Not saying you can't have the vision, but you got to start small and work your way up. You gotta understand the ins and outs of permits. You gotta understand the ins and outs of codes. You gotta understand the ins and outs of working with contractors. You gotta understand the ins and outs of working with the city, whatever city that you're building that particular building in. Right? That's for any business. And so I'm going to focus on this last point before I close out. If your business is stagnant, if it is not growing, if it seems like it's decreasing in number, if it's decreasing in views, if it's decreasing in membership, if it's decreasing, then you have to take a step back and see, what am I doing that's not connecting with the people? And I would get a journal, whether it's in your iPad, iPhone, your Android phone, a piece of paper, or whatever, and I would document the steps that I'm taking so that I would know exactly what I have to do to make the changes that I need to make. So I'm not just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Listen, I hope this message inspired, encouraged somebody to understand your business, right? Because with all that getting, you must get understanding. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep these videos coming every single day and bust you in the head as much as I possibly can until we take over for the kingdom of God. This is your man, Mike Bowens. I'm signing off. Until next time, say be blessed.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to visit www.mikebowensjr.com for all your daycare consulting, apparel, and creative thinking. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.